So in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how I scaled from zero to making over 105K cash collected within under 12 weeks using this exact funnel that I will be explaining you in depth here today, and how my clients, all of my clients, leverage this exact model for them to be able to scale from 0 to 10, 10 to 30, 30 to 100K a month consistently. When you leverage this, you can make anywhere between 50 to 100K a month in profit without any effort.
We're at like 3.5 a month and now we're at like 20.
So that was a $14,500 day.
And in the first week, I closed 7 deals, 10.5K a day.
Contract deals close to almost 50K in the last 2 months.
The business is growing more than ever before.
I closed all of them in one day, which was 24K.
If you want to scale 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100K a month, right? Hit this guy up and sign with him, like genuinely, was the best decision I ever made in my entire career.
And to be clear, there are two different types of people watching this video right now. You're either a consultant or coach already, making 5 to 20K a month, willing to scale up to 6 figures a month consistently, or you're currently an agency owner. You realized, wait, I've been trying to run an agency for months. I've realized that I want to make money online. I've realized that I want to build up my agency. Maybe you're already at 5 to 10K. You want to scale to 20K and you realize that there's a cap. And the reason why is because it's an absolute fucked model. You cannot do anything with the traditional agency model. And I'll tell you exactly why. The ideal client that you work with, realtors, med spas, all people between 30 to 50, have a complete different perspective on business than you do. And that is exactly the reason why you cannot give them results consistently. How many people can you name that have made over $20,000 a month right now with their SMMA? You cannot name 3 people right now. Let that sink in. But you can name over 100 people right now that are either a coach or run a consulting service done with you structure, done for you structure, that make over 50K a month in cash. And that is exactly the reason why I want you this video, because this funnel is going to change your life. To show you proof of the concept, it's very important to understand that this is not a random screenshot that I've been able to produce here, okay? I'm going to show you in depth exactly what I've been able to achieve. 300K AED. You can calculate this all up together from the 4th of March to the 4th of April, as you can see here. And that is exactly 300K in AED. That's exactly 81K in USD, because I have a company in Dubai right now. The reason why I'm using Stripe is because Dubai and Stripe they're not the best friends, but let's keep it on that, right? 22K cash through a different payment processor. I collected over 105K cash collected within under 3 months with this exact new model that I started from the beginning of 2024. And to show you the situation right now, before I will be explaining you this entire funnel exactly, and my entire program, I'll be explaining it, because the system, the infrastructure that I've been able to build in the last couple months, in the last year, has been able to absolutely fucking crush it for me and for my clients. When you attract the best clients, leverage the right model and leverage the right offer that you present to the market with the right people in front of you, you already save 50% of the work that you need to do to become profitable in the online market with the offer that you want to present. In the last couple months, me and my team have been able to gather thousands of data points for us to be able to confidently say that I can spend 2.5K on ads and make 105K back, that I can build you in complete done for you implementation structure, giving you a growth specialist that takes responsibility over their own actions, that grows and innovates within its role, that does the tasks every day for you to be able to have a complete automated outbound system, booking 3 to 5 calls a day on autopilot. I understand how to attract their ideal client. Listen, if you're in the SMMA market right now, you're working with a realtor, that person is 50 years old. That person has a complete different thinking process. That person has complete different interest in you. And I understand, because the only reason why you're in that specific model, that old traditional model, is because you want to make money. But it's not the right mechanism. It's not the right vehicle that will actually get you to your goals. Okay, 0 to 32K a month in 6 days, 10 to 50K a month closed, 50K closed in 60 days, 5K a month to 25K a month in 21 days, 5K to 30K in 40 days. And listen, when you work with your dream client, it's extremely easy to fulfill for. It's extremely easy to acquire a high value case study that you can now leverage within the marketing, within the front end marketing, to acquire more clients like that. Look at that, right? Sales calls, only high value people that have the capital to invest, that are willing to work with me and solve their problems, only clients that get amazing results. This is the healthy structure that you want to build for yourself. And to show you the entire backend of the exact service delivery, that is what I'm going to show you in a bit. But first, I quickly want to cover in 3 minutes this exact structure. You're currently at 0K a month, right? You think the traditional SMMA model is the path to go because you haven't observed the right information from the market and from the right people yet. So you don't understand how growth is being created. Procrastinating, you're scared to invest. Negative cycle loops, bad offer and marketing, and you're charging around 500 to 2K a month. when we go to mid-tier, right, you already have a really sustainable business. You're doing a great job. You have built the foundation for yourself, right? 5 to 20K a month. You have 2 to 5 clients a month. You have a 2 to 5K offer, one acquisition source, right? You're still a one-man show, but still stuck and unclear on the next steps while being inconsistent and unsustainable, right? Because you don't have the right lead quality and the right volume of sales calls, right? With people that are willing to give you their money. Although the top and the big level here, top tier, is having 3 to 5 clients a week. 5 to 10K offer, multiple acquisition sources, audience, you own the attention, right? And you can convert that attention any single time you want, like I do on my Instagram, like I do on my YouTube. You have a lean team, high profitability and low cost. The 105K I made is more than 87% profit margin. Okay, get to understand that specific structure. So what do you need to do and what have I done? Let me minimize the screen specifically. What have I done in the last couple months for me to be able to scale from 0 to over 105K a month in 3 months? From this specific point, because this video will be published around the 1st of June. Because at that point, we have built an entire roadmap for ourselves to structure everything out and to prepare the big launch for it specifically at that point, right? But, yo, Nick, what have you done in the last couple months? What have you been going on with? Because you haven't been that active on YouTube, correct? You haven't been that active on Instagram sometimes, but pretty inconsistent, right? But you have a building phase in business and you have a processing phase. You have a phase where you build and you have a phase where you collect. Right? And the building phase was there for me right now because you can never, ever collect if you don't create and build. It's impossible. People think I always want to collect. At that point, you're not actually a business owner and you don't understand the importance of building a good product. Okay? December, I had my agency. I was around 25K. We really dropped down because I hit September, I had 100K in cash, right? We really dropped down to around 25, 30K in USD, 25K euros. And January, we scaled it up. 53K with the new offer. Boom, first month. We collected a lot. It went pretty well. I have that here, January, 169K AED. Plus, we leveraged a little bit from a different processor. It was around 53, 52K cash collected in USD. Then February, we were building a lot, gathering a lot of data. I was working for 2 months straight, around 12 hours a day on this entire mechanism for me to be able to build this entire structure. Because the thing that I will be presenting you in a couple of minutes is probably one of the most absurd structures that you've ever seen in the entire market. Because nobody is capable of gathering such data and fulfilling the structure that I offer you, right? The specific service and the one-on-one in combination with me, because you will be working with me one-on-one on such a level where they are capable of understanding the input that it requires to fulfill for one client on a scalable level. So what I mean by that is normal people, when they would fulfill on a service like this, they'll be stuck at 10K because they cannot fulfill based on the input required. Because the only thing that we've been solving in the last couple of months is making sure that how can we acquire a customer and solve not one problem, not 2 problems, but all of their problems specifically based on their situation within the shortest amount of time frame. When you can ask yourself this question, you will build an absolute excellent fulfillment. How can I fulfill a personalized system for every single individual that has different needs and different wants, and then provide that solution in the shortest amount of time frame, making sure that every single individual needs to make money-driven decisions to acquire that outcome, to get that outcome. Okay, let's get back to this. 53K, we dropped a bit. February was around 37K cash, right? So we dropped a bit. It was good. We got clients. This was a lot from the sanction process as well, what I'll be showing you in a bit. Let me see, January, February, 96, and then you can see March, fucking it bumped up. 105K cash collected a month. Boom. When we will be presenting this new one-on-one / done-for-you implementation structure to the market, and the reason why most people don't get results in is because they don't have a personalized roadmap. They don't have an accountability person. They don't have a communication structure. They don't, listen, who do you know that makes over $100,000 a month that still does one-on-one? I'm the only person in the market that does one-on-one while making over 100K in cash collected every single month. Because I know the importance of having a personalized approach. What are the goals that we need to hit in the upcoming 3 months? How are we going to hit these goals? What KPIs needs to be hit every single day, every single minute, every single second for us to be able to make sure that we get to that specific structure, okay? Let's get into the delivery aspect right now, because this is probably the moment that most of you guys have been waiting for, okay? This thing that I'm showing you right here is around 5 hours of total content, around 5 to 7 hours of total content. And I can tell that this is probably more valuable than around, I would say, 97 to 99% of the one-on-ones, courses, anything out there, just because of the fact that this took me around a year to build. This is a combination of 1 year and 3 months of my experience building the companies that I've built for me and for my clients. Every single structure and solution gets solved within 5 to 7 minutes. And then imagine that this is only 5% of the entire structure that we will be presenting, because this is what we will be implementing done for you. A growth specialist that takes responsibility over his own actions, that grows within his role, and that operates on the entire mechanism of the outbound campaign, so you can just lay back and take the sales calls with pre-sold prospects. The ads, how do we actually run the right ads, the right scripting, the right mechanisms, as you can see here, right? Ad setup, scripting, 10x ROAS ads, inbound DM ad, leverage retargeting, tracking ads, scaling ads. And this is something that you will not be doing yourself. And the reason why is because the effectiveness of us doing it together is way more beneficial for you than you doing it yourself and retrying it again and then asking a lot of other people, waiting 2 weeks for a response. That's not the way to optimize for speed. Okay, prospect. How do we build the retargeting ad? Content assets, YouTube mechanism, IG story sequence. I think I've collected over 20K in the last 5 days only from IG, only from the IG story sequence and my entire Instagram that I've built up for myself. You know how powerful that looks, right? CDA, we leverage the CDA mechanism, but here is where the real sauce comes into place. How do we build the converting mechanisms, right? As you can see here, hiring, systems, implementation, backend infrastructure, delivery. How do we build all that? The conversation part, a setter, lead magnet, right? Call, closer, 3 to 10K offer. Boom, you onboard a client, but the client is already pre-sold because of this factor, because of this specific structure, okay? Lead magnet, LTO, low ticket offer, email sequence. How do we structure the sales mechanism in such a way where every single attention piece, I'm with attention piece, I mean, let's say prospect, gets reconverted within the top of the funnel to just observe the information that you give them again. When they are in your world, is how I call it, right? When they follow you on Instagram, when they follow you on YouTube, they're in your world. You are an authority for them. And when you are an authority, you have influence. And with influence, you can close deals. That's how the game works. Because the reason why people pay other people is to solve their problems, because they have had certain experience. They have had a certain experience that they've been able to solve the problem themselves, and that's the reason why people pay. People pay for speed, right? That's extremely important to understand. So call, 3 to 10K offer, and then build your entire fulfillment ecosystem. I'm not only helping you with booking you more calls. That's light work. This is not the hard part, although I know that most people think this is the hard part, right? But you'll see, right? This is the easy part. This is the easy part, building the converting mechanisms. But how do we build a fulfillment in such a way where 40 to 50% of the clients that we onboard retain for years? How do we build that fulfillment ecosystem? How can we get around 20 to 30% in referrals, in upsells, in cross-sells? How do we build this structure to give the clients the results that they need, implement ultimately at a point a client success manager, right? And then just fulfill the promise that we bring to the market. And that is exactly what is probably one of the most interacting funnels that you can leverage. Onboarding sequence. Your onboarding call is the most important call that you will ever take. If you can give people the feeling that they made a return on investment on the 1.5 hour onboarding call, you've made it in life. Okay. Community structure, course. How are we going to structure the backend, right? Are we going to implement a done for you structure, done with you structure? Do we leverage a community or not? Do we leverage one-on-one or not? There's so many interacting mechanisms that you can leverage in the backend, right? That you need to structure correctly for you to be able to achieve the results. But very important to understand, the first thing that we will do after onboarding is we have an entire 2-hour analyzation call. And the reason why is because how do you ever expect me to work with you if I don't understand who you are, who you have worked with, what your experience has been? All that information is something I need to gather for me to be able to make a personalized game plan for you specifically on how to acquire the right people, how to convert the right people, and the things that we're going to do in the upcoming months to make sure that this becomes a big success. Because when I don't know who you are, I can never help you solve your problems, right? Keep that in mind with every single person that you work with. Very smart tip, okay? Client results. So how do we give people the results as quickly as possible? How do we structure our fulfillment in a way where clients experience a return on investment in 7 to 14 days? That's absolutely insane. You need to work extremely hard to build a good fulfillment. That's not easy to do, right? But if we acquire clients fast and we ask them feedback, we can build our fulfillment in a well-structured way as quickly as possible to make sure that this becomes a profitable ecosystem at a certain point, right? Because if you don't build this right, I can tell you right now, all this will be dead in a year from now. You won't have a business anymore, okay? Cross-sell, 10 to 30K offer, upsell offer, and then get them back into this funnel. A funnel is designed to redirect people and to not lose out on the attention that we're generating. So to make a summary of everything that we've been talking about just yet is that This is around 5 to 7 hours of content about every single piece, every single experience piece that I've been able to collect based on the data in the last couple months and the last year with my clients, with myself, to build it and lay it out here for you specifically to become extremely profitable. Plus, you'll be working with me one-on-one just because of the fact that I want you to understand that the done with you structure just within the entire market, no matter what offer you're running, is probably the most beneficial, because when you can build a done with you structure, you can work one-on-one. We can work one-on-one on solving every single problem. We sit down, we see, okay, what is the problem? How do we solve this problem as fast as possible in the best way to achieve our goals as quickly as possible? You're not selling yourself into a program. You're not selling yourself into a course. You're not selling yourself into information. You're selling yourself into information, knowledge, experience, accountability systems, communication systems, one-on-one and a done-for-you infrastructure pre-built for you, okay? And the capacity that it took me for me to be able to build this with my team has been months. Hopefully, I provided you a lot of value in this video, because this is probably one of the biggest videos that I've made on my entire YouTube channel. This is going to be an absolute amazing time for all of us. And the only thing I'm asking you to do is book in a call. When you feel like this solution is the solution that is going to solve your problems, book in a call. When you don't think this is going to help you at all, don't book in a call. When you're questioning yourself if this is going to help or not, book in a call. Okay, it's very simple. And just think about the fact, one last thing I want to say, guys, like, the right model is so important though. Like, it's just, you're not tired every single day of the clients that you work with. You're not, it's just like, come on, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, life is good, you know what I mean? Like, we just want to fucking relax here. Look at this campfire there, random beer there, nice nature there. We're here just chilling in different places in the world, and bro, building a good business, making 50 to 100K a month in cash with happy clients, with easy fulfillment, with an amazing offer that can run for 5, 10, 20 years. It's the best thing that you can ever do. In the last 1 year and 3 months, I've tested 2 business models, and I can confidently say that this is the best one. Just listen and use the right model for you to be able to acquire the right attention and scale the fuck up so you can be in places like this. It's not complicated, right? I just had a client retreat with my clients. With 7 clients, I took 7 clients to Greece. We had an amazing time. Do you see yourself traveling with your client right now if you're in the SMMA niche, right? A 50-year-old realtor that doesn't even know the kinds of businesses we are running. How do you expect us to help these types of people if they're in a complete different market with complete different experience and knowledge? It doesn't resonate with each other. You need to wake up every single morning and think, fuck, I want to travel with my clients. I want to interact with them. Like, most of my clients became my friends. And just because of that, it makes it way more fun to hop on calls with your clients. That's the reason why I'm not exhausted after doing one-on-one calls. And you probably are, right? Although one thing I want to say, I talked a lot about 18 to 25-year-olds, but when you're 25 to 40, I have a lot of clients that are 25 to 40, not realtors, not all these people. I'm talking about fitness coaches, health coaches, lead gen coaches, people like that. So it can definitely help you as well. I have a lot of testimonials for that as well. I can send it over. Book in a call right now. I appreciate the fact, again, that you took the time to watch this video. It was a very long video, so I appreciate the time that you took to be here today. I'll be speaking to you on the call. I'm very excited for that. And bro, let's crush it this year. 2024 has got to become a crazy year for everybody. So let's fucking do this. I'll speak to you in the call. Ciao.